Hi, survivors. Welcome back to Insta-Death Survivor Support Group. It's me, Brian Hazard, your ever-eager explorer of all games narrative. You know, I have been playing a lot of games lately. A lot. The season 2 of Insta-Death Survivor Support Group podcast is going live. So if you are interested in hearing playthroughs of solo RPGs, narrative RPGs, game books, as well as interviews with designers, authors, etc., then please go to anchor.fm/instadeath and subscribe. We are waiting for you, and it really helps me to know that I've got those listeners, and seeing those numbers, I know it's maybe a little petty, but seeing those numbers go up is really motivating for me. And while you're there, take a moment to rate the podcast 5 stars. Every time you rate the podcast 5 stars, angels get their wings, and more people can find the podcast because it helps it raise up in the rankings. So I really appreciate you doing so. YouTube channel, been releasing a lot of actual plays, and I've got more coming. So if you want more actual plays, like I just did the Outcast, I have a series of Steam Highwayman game book playthroughs coming up. If you want that kind of content, then you know what do YouTubers say? Smash that bell, or something like that. So subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, whatever. Comment. That's a big one for me. If you comment on the video, it's really motivating, because if I'm sort of shouting into the void, then maybe I should just play the games and not be releasing these videos. But if you like what you see, if you have suggestions to make my play better, anything, leave a comment. And this is a two-way conversation when we do that. So love it. Today, we're going to play Lisergia. Now, I have a feeling this is going to be a little weird. So I've been on a bit of a sort of a rash of playing Cezar Capacle's games, and most of his games are really, I would say, streamlined narrative experiences with game mechanics. This is, I would say, it's probably also a streamlined experience, but I don't know how narrative it's going to be, and the reason is, Lysergia's whole concept is that it is intended to be what does he say? Let's look. It's a surreal game about the absurd of imagination. You play as a drifter wandering around a dreamland, experiencing nonsensical encounters in impossible scenarios. There's no point in your expedition. So this is a key thing. There is no point in your expedition. You don't have a goal here. No one needs your help. You have no obligation, no tasks. I think this is actually going to be difficult for me to really lean into this. We're going to find out, and not have any goals or tasks, no one needing me, no obligations, etc. But the hope here, I think, is you might end up having unpremeditated insights on a real-world topic, as altered perspectives offer a new light over it. But that is not a requirement. Nothing is, really. In essence, this is an invitation to confront common sense, reject productivism. I'm all for that. Unlock the door to the unconscious, and enjoy some moments where you are allowed to just be. Nothing is expected from you. Welcome to Lisergia. Free yourself from the demands of logic and reason, and feel the bliss of obstacle-free creative exuberance. Now, content warning. This is not. This is very much going to come from the top of my head, and this game in particular is going to be sort of a flowing rant of nonsensical stuff. Okay. If that doesn't appeal to you, this might not be the video for you. If you're curious, maybe, watch some of it and see if you want to see more. But in any case, what's important to recognize is that I don't know what I'm going to say. It's probably not going to make sense. And, I don't know. I'm a little scared. Let's find out. All right, so let's see. Core premises are unproductivism. I'm not going to read all of this, but irrationality, automatism. So that's spontaneity and freedom, like don't overthink things. Randomness, so leaving control out of my own hands. I need 1 to infinite players, 3 6-sided dice. I only have 2 in front of me in the moment, so let me grab 1 more. And embracing the absurd, I didn't even try to get all the same color. I just grabbed 3 different colors. Okay, a copy of the world map, and I do have a copy of the world map. Now, I'm cheating. You'll see in a minute that this game gives you a methodology for how to draw out your very own world, and it's really cool, actually. I think it would be fun. I haven't tried it, but for the sake of this video and so kind of getting right to the point of the core gameplay, I've just basically screenshotted the map that Cezar includes in the book. So, yeah, anyway, a copy of your totem grid, a notebook or journal. I'm not going to use a notebook or journal. I'm actually just going to speak directly into a camera, and that's how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, and then you have a copy of the corollaries, a pair of scissors, some glue, a pencil. So I think this could be a really fun, almost crafting game. I'm excited to try it that way, sort of on my own time. But I'm really lazy about printing things. I think printers are the devil. So in this case, I'm going to attempt to play it with no physical components, and we'll see how it goes. So gameplay, create a world map. I'm skipping that part. Go around the map, randomly generating places, people, and interactions. Create scenes as automatic surreal text. Mark those scenes on your map. Get a corollary. Use that corollary to build your totem, your shelter in Lisergia. You keep drifting for as long as you wish, and you can come back at any time. So this is basically going to be my own absurd surrealism world. So rolling the dice. If it says DDD, it just means roll 3 standard 6-sided dice, abbreviated here. So I think you're going to form a 3-digit number, and I'm just going to, it says you can combine the results in any order. Typically, I'm just going to take them in the order that they happen to land. I'm going to play this solo. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go through how the map drawing works, and then, I'm using the pre-drawn map. So basically there's this circle and it has these numbers on it, and you roll to generate numbers. And it says DDD. So the first die tells you if it's on the north or the south. And then the remaining die tells you the segment of that hemisphere. So yeah, you can see that there's repeats like 33 and 33, right? So that's how that works. That tells you which part of the world you're dealing with. So you do this 4 times to define some land masses, and then you do some gulfs. And so basically you're sort of, it's a sort of procedurally generated world. You create some straits, you create some islands, you define some lakes, right? Then you put in some detail, like sort of ink it in and erase the sort of non-detailed lines, if you will. And then once you like what you got, you can color it if you want, or you can be lazy like me and steal the map that's already drawn for you. Okay, so drifting. So this is the core of the game. Well, most of what we do is going to be drifting. I don't think I'm even going to create a character. I think in this case, the character is my subconscious. So your drifting starts as soon as you arrive in Lisergia, and roll DDD to determine the coordinates where you show up. Yes, you may end up on water. or just pick a segment you feel like starting on. Time to start the experience. So I think, so it says to start the scene, define some aspects of the place you are in using the womb. And then, so this is, before we even start playing, I do want to show you the tables. So first of all, from page 20, the womb goes from page 21 to page, golly, hang on, to page 51. So there are 30 pages of, we'll call them oracles, basically, here in the womb. And I think that's pretty cool. So they're here to help you, give you some sort of subconscious stimuli to let your self-conscious kind of auto write from there, if you will. Anyway, let's go back to, oh, no, I'm still on the page. Okay. So, he recommends a location and an experience as a starting point. Add an avatar or creature if you want to interact with someone, and then start nonsensically writing about the place. So alternate the prompts. So basically, as you go, eventually you'll sort of run out of things to say, and I'm just going to use the womb to get more prompts to inject into the narrative, and then I'll keep going, and then eventually I'll put an icon in that location where we're exploring to represent the best that I think best represents the scene when I decide that I'm done. And then we will copy what's called a corollary and put it on our totem grid. So to show you that, boom, here's on the left side are our corollaries, and on the right side is our totem grid. And we're going to roll. You see it says 111 here, and 112 and 113. So we'll roll, and there's many, many pages of this, different corollary sources here. And it's all sort of surreal art that I believe is all public domain. I'm not sure. Anyway, and then we'll copy that over to our totem grid on the right hand side, and that's kind of an artifact of our play that we can represent however the heck we want. Now, one thing is that if we let's look at the example play before I get into this, because handily there's an example of play. So, let's see. So there's this world, and they roll 641. And they end up in that location, and then they generate some prompts, and they do a location and an experience. And the location they get is a descriptor tea house. The descriptor they roll is dark, so a dark tea house, and the experience is an album of lies. And then they just start going, and then eventually they resort back to prompts and go from there. So, and it's really, I mean, it's unstructured. It's like whatever the heck, whatever you want to use in the womb, you can do that. Yeah, and there's the corollary stuff. Cool. So now, then once you finish that scene and get your corollary, you need to know where your totem is. And so you pick anywhere you want on the map, and any icon you want to represent it. And that is where your totem goes. So, all right, this is going to be weird, guys. Strap in. Let me find where we are. Okay. So I think we can go straight to the map here, And I'm going to roll my 3d6. And I got 216. 216. So where is my map? There it is. Okay. So first, 2 would tell me it's in the northern hemisphere, because that's 1 to 3 and 4 to 6. It might be hard to read that. So 2 tells me it's in the northern hemisphere, and then I need 16, which I believe is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's 1. I'm going to be out here. So I'm just going to go ahead and place, for now, just an X over here on 16. So that's where we're starting. And then I am going to take the advice of the book here and get myself a prompt. So I think I'm going to do a location and an experience to start with. Let's see what happens. So if we go to the womb, and we're going to start with places, and we're going to roll for a location. So I got 211, and 211. The castle, and I should probably have something to just take some very basic notes as I go, so that I remember what I rolled. So the castle of the, and now I need to roll for an avatar. And so let's see where our avatars. They're going to be under people, avatar. Here we go. So I roll 6, 5, 3. It's going to be on this next page. 6, 5, 3. The castle of the traveler. Interesting. And then we're going to do an experience. So we got 6, 6, 3. 6, 6, 6, 6, 3. Squeezing through a breach. Squeezing through a breach. And I think my writing sounds are quite likely a nuisance to listen to. So I'm going to see if I can find a way to insulate my microphone from that, so I don't annoy you. Okay, there we go. The castle of the traveler, squeezing through a breach. And we are over on this landmass off to the west. And then I just am supposed to start talking. Like, the weirder and the more nonsensical, the better. So here we go. A magenta sunset on a butterfly lily. I walk along the crushed gravel stones. There lies a smell, strong and weak and silly, and it fills ears with curls of misty stones. And down on a hill, below my feet, I see something green and majestic, hewn from pillowy clouds, a castle. A castle with no inhabitant, intended for one such as me, one weary and weak, one joyful soaked through with sapphire syrup from rainbowy skies. And so setting towards my target, walking atop trees. I make way through thickets of butterflies, more butterflies, nay, moths, or centipedes, wingless or legged. I cannot decide. The walls of the fortred. Fortred. The walls of the fortress are drowning on a journey of cozy hurricanes. And down to my body, I notice my naked skin, broken and crumbling, and wet and riven, sticky like berries. How to enter? A crack. A gorge. Vertical tattoo on the wall of this citadel. Euphoric, stumbling, past paralyzed darkness. What do I see? And so now I'm kind of out of thoughts. So I think let me bring you back to the book. So I think I'm gonna go with a creature. Let's start with a creature. And I get 444. 444. Mosquito. And I want something. I don't know. Let's go with action here. What is the mosquito doing, I guess is the question. So 416. 416. Impress the descriptor, and we will get descriptor from... Where is descriptor? Here we go. Impress the 564. 564 ruined. Impress the ruined. So the mosquito, impress the ruined. Mosquito, impress the ruined. Okay. So, emerging from chasms of velvet blackness, strong and triumphant against summoned surprise. My eyes lay upon mosquito, lonesome, flapping, grounded, majestically clothed in indigo smiles. And so yet again, I'm sort of running out. So I think I'm going to go for a line. What does the mosquito say to me? And the book has some lines. So I am gonna roll, and I get 5, 3, 1, and we see 5, 3, 1. There is shade on the central sun. Okay. Smiling, toothless, a straw meant for sucking. Looking up, concentrated, impressively buzzing, mosquito says, "There is a shade on the central sun." Presently, darkness collides with my eyes, green and black and fluttering blue, no yellows or golds. A marigold memory. And a topaz present. And I need more. So I think I need to try to really ramble some nonsense. So I'm going to try to just keep talking on this next little bit. And so I want to know the mosquito's name. So that's one thing I'm going to do is let's get the mosquito's name. 565. Mosquito's name is 565 Thidor. And let's get a descriptor about the mosquito. So we know he's trying to impress the ruined, and we haven't really explored that yet. But what about the mosquito itself? So here we go. We roll and we get 561. So this, first of all, I need to take a note so I don't forget. Thidor and 561. Thidor is a mosquito who is rich. That makes sense with his wanting to impress. And then I want another element about this place. So let's see. I'm going to go with an element. And maybe let's actually go with a trinket first. Maybe this is something that Thidor is holding. So we roll, and we see 563. 563 descriptor snorkel. So we're gonna do a descriptor, and we roll on that, and we get 644. 644 is valuable. Of course it's valuable. He's a rich mosquito that wants to impress people. So valuable snorkel. Okay. And then let's go up to, I want another action, perhaps. What is he doing to try and impress the ruined? 652. Trick an avatar. So, trick Let's go to an avatar. It's going to be under avatar. Okay. Trying to trick 111, an acolyte. Weird. Okay. And then just an element about the place. I just want an element. Let's roll for that. And it is 143. 143. Breath. Okay, now I don't know if I'm going to use all these things. These are just things that I'm shoving in my brain. So to review, we've got the castle of the traveler squeezing through a bridge to get here. There's a mosquito that's trying to impress the ruined named the Door, who is rich. He's got a valuable snorkel and he's trying to trick an acolyte. And there's something about breathing or breath here at this castle. And so this is all experimental and just for fun. I'm just going to try and say words and see what happens much more quickly than I was. Again, I'm just exploring my subconscious, so who knows what's going to happen. Frequent falling from a sky. I think I hear the mosquito say, I'm Thedor, the rich, and this is my snorkel. Breathing underwater is its purpose. Breathing in places that were not intended to breathe. Blood thick with mucus. I breathe there too. And there I can make illusions. Illusions that would falsify the very notions of existence and reality and make anyone believe what I say, what I wish to be, for I can make it that way. I have endless resources to do so. And there is one who would try to take all that from me with confusion and anger and sadness and belief, so much belief and so much wielding of belief heavily like a sword, the acolyte on the mountain with green pillow clouds, climbs sometimes up trees and roots and vines to see over these walls, the castle, not intended for one as stationary as he, but he enters anyway and steals what might be mine. The snorkel is the prize that he seeks, and I simply breathe in his blood from moons of sapphire rainbows. I say sapphire a lot. And so, anyway, I think that I'm like thinking this dude's nuts. And what do I say to him? And I'm gonna randomize this too. I'm not gonna make up my own line here. So I say to him, 334. 334. There it is. 334. Change the door for the void. Okay. Hearing ramblings from a sticky prick intended to suck and lick and feed from fatted bellies like mine, I give suggestions sublime to keep the castle secure from the acolyte that plagues the mosquito's mind. I say, there is a breach. I squeezed through to enter here, and if you seek protection from fear and belief and green climbers, then the clouds will not provide it, but perhaps simple stones packed tight in this crevice will keep the creeping acolyte from entering this castle of protection. The riches that you so desire to keep yours safe in your possession. And with that, I think I simply back out, squeeze back through the breach, and collect my corollary. So I think I would love for my icon to be something like a mosquito, if possible. Mosquito. Yeah, we got it. So that's our mosquito on the map. And now I need a totem, and I think I liked this idea of walls and a vine. So I think I'm going to represent my totem as a sort of vine, which is similar to what they did in the book as a tree. So yeah, let's see if we have vine. We've got grapes. Yeah, that's fine. We'll use grapes. So, and I think I like this private little island over here. That's where my totem's going to be. Okay. And now to collect my corollary. Now, I want to go back to the rules, which are admittedly pretty slim, and see if there's anything special I need to do as part of collecting this. So again, the loop is we do our scene, we alternate prompts, and then when we're done, we put something on the map to represent the scene. And you know what? I think I want to put, if possible, I'm not done with representing the scene, I think, can I do like also a castle? And is it possible to also do a snorkel? Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to see if I can shrink this down. Yep. Cool. Yeah. So there we go. That's going to be my deal. Boom. Okay, cool. So back to the book. Yeah, so then you collect a corollary, which chapter 5 is going to tell me more. All right. So here we go. The corollary. Yeah, let's just totems. Okay, so I'm gonna roll, and I get. I guess I should just make sure I know what's going on with the corollary stuff. So corollaries, how to collect it. You roll DDD, you cut that out, you put it on the totem. You cut it out and paste it onto your totem grid. Okay, so there's the corollaries. I'm skipping. And then for the totem, you roll DDD to put it on the totem. No, it's just DD. Yeah, okay, that works. So let's go back to the totem collection here. So I rolled 5, 6, 2. So I believe this. Nope, that's 2, 4, 2. Let's see, where's it's gonna be 5, 6, 2. Here we go. And then I'm just going to simply copy it. And then where is my, here we go. And now I need to roll for where on the totem grid that goes. And I get 1, 3. So it goes right here. And now I'm just going to draw a vine, which is going to be a nice green that sort of snakes up like that. And we're going to do a slightly smaller offshoot that is going to basically go, let me move this out of the way for a second, like that. No, that's too small. Hang on. So let's delete that, and which is going to go like that. Cool. And then we'll put this here. Yep. Cool. So we've placed our corollary on our totem grid. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to my map, and I think rather than rolling again, I'm just going to head over to the adjacent spot this time. So I leave this castle and I head over here into the southern hemisphere. And it's probably somewhere around here that I find something. Maybe, yeah, cool. All right, and so what do I get here? I'm going to go back to my womb. And, whoops, that's the corollaries. Here we go. In the womb, I'm going to roll for a location first. And we get 1, 4, 4. 1, 4, 4. The labyrinth of, and I'm going to pick an element from here. The labyrinth of 1, 5, 1. The labyrinth of cinder. Okay. And then I'm going to roll an experience. If I can find, here we go. Experience. I got 4, 5, 1. 4, 5, 1. Euphoric snacks. That sounds fun. And it was helpful for me to have a bit more to go off of. So I'm going to add an avatar. Let's do, an avatar. Which is, I get 2, 2, 2, which is a conqueror. And before I write that down, I'm also going to do a creature. I get 1, 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay. And then I'm going to do a name as well. If we have, do we have names? I thought we had names. Yes, we do. Names. Okay. 5, 3, 4. 5, 3, 4. Strancrane. Strancrane. The conquering beaver. Okay. Perfect. All right. And let's see what happens. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, I'm going to try to keep myself just going with it. Okay. So I find it helpful too to have some of these womb pages up in front of me so that random words might inspire me as well. And you know what might also be cool? I'm going to check one thing. Random words. Okay, I was hoping. Well, I won't go any further. But okay, here we go. I'm thinking just to say out loud, I think a cool tool would be a web page or an app or something that's just flashing random words every few seconds, so that as you're getting like stumbling, you can just pull in these words and use them. So in a future session, I might look for something like that and try to use it as an input. But okay, here we go. Long journeys, weak legs, trembling earth, skies gray and beautiful, wetness falling down my face, skin pink and red with luscious tears and well-worn smiles earned through memories of joyful diamonds. I think of you when I smell that scent on the breeze of cakes and herbs and hooks through fishing lines that hang through tree branches. A snack I smell, so euphoric, worth being caught, hooked in the cheek and slaughtered. And just in that manner, I reel myself toward it, into the labyrinth, burnt husk of a labyrinth, maze winding this way, that way, towards a center where I expect and believe and hope the food of my dreams will wait for me. On my weary legs, stumbling through grassy plains and corn walls, I see a thick tail of a beast, taller than me with teeth longer than tree trunks. Strancane is my name, says the secret beaver. Brown and thick harps of musical chords emit from its mouth. The beaver, what does he want? I didn't think about that. What is he doing and what does he want? So I think we need an action of some kind. And so as an action, we get 622. Whoop, those are descriptors. Here we go. 622, share the element. An element is share the 146. Chivalry. Share the chivalry. What element or trinket does he have? 224. 224. Element compass. 146. Didn't I just do that? That was chivalry. So I'm going to rearrange these for 416. And that gives me maze. We're in a labyrinth. That's a little on the nose. I'm going to try this one other way, which is 461 plant. Yeah, let's make it a plant compass. So he wants to share the chivalry. And he has a plant compass. Okay. Strancane emits more utterances, and I strain to hear the meanings of words and sounds, vibrations of air hitting drums in my head. Sharing is his goal. Sharing what? An idea. Ideas of meaning, and I don't even know what chivalry is, come to think of it. I mean, I know what I think it means, but I don't think it's actually the real meaning of chivalry. But that's okay. Ideas of honor and respect. Ideas, mere ideas, not actions. But Strancane, with silky tongue and something else, silky tongue and surety unsurpassed, produces a compass that will find tallest tree or shortest shrub or goldest flower. And so what do I want to ask Strancane? Let's do a line. And I think actually I hear what he's saying. So this will be something Strancane says to me. 612. It should be, but it collapsed. Okay. So I think I ask a question and say, is this not the way to the smells I smell of food and comfort and memories of childhood, uncomplicated? Strancane utters back, it should be, but it collapsed. Now only the way to suffering and lost death, only the way to respect re-admired green cellophane tapes and smiles. Why is everything green? Then Strancane chatters his teeth. But I can chew through these walls of cinder. They're merely broken, burnt trees, laced together in a pattern of finery to lock us in this maze. This compass can find the way to the greenest of plants, and that is the way I shall chew. Follow me. And so I think Strancane starts chewing. And I am going to find something, and it's a trinket. What I find is 424. I find Machine of Element. Machine of Element. So the element is going to be 361. Life. Machine of life. Okay. In one dark aisle where eyes see no further than fists and teeth chatter with cold, and cold creeps through skin, I see, somehow in darkness, a bright, bright experience of death and return and death, and return and rebirth, and re-death and dust. And that machine whirs with unstopping determination, and I try to turn it off, but it refuses my advances and simply says, I will churn forever and ever and ever, because in the words of a Jurassic actor, life will find a way. Apparently they have Jurassic Park in this world. And so I follow Strongcane once more to a light beacon through the labyrinth. A right turn, he takes me to center where the euphoric snack waits, molded and mildewed, but still smelling great. I chew and savor and taste the syrupy sweetness of cloud-like pillows. Everything's clouds and pillows. And make myself ill with euphoria, ill with joy, ill is my repute. Strongcane refuses to see me escape here, as he sees that I am not worthy. For my compulsions keep me eating forever and evermore, until one day the fog lifts and I can smell freedom on the horizon. The holes in the wall are almost grown over, but I cannot be kept from my quarry. Light, light, sweet unburnt light. I escape the labyrinth and make my way onward to a place of purple skies. Okay, so we're going to do our next sort of map entry here, and I think that I wonder if I can do like maze? No. Labyrinth? No. Let's try, well, I could probably do a beaver. Yeah. Yeah. We'll just do a beaver. So there we go. We found a beaver. And now let's go to our totems. And I'm going to roll. And we got 3, 1, 5. There it is. 3, 1, 5. And we're going to put it on 64. Whoops. So it's going to go right there. And I think I'm just going to kind of like, that's fine. It's like a strange little offshoot of the vine. Okay, so that's that. All right, let's do one more location. And I think this time I'm going to roll for where the location is. So map. Two, 4, 5. So 2 means I'm up here again, and 4, 5 puts me here. So perhaps I'm on my way back to my totem. I think that makes sense. And we're gonna track it here. Okay. Now, let's do another what is it? Location and experience. Okay. So I'm gonna roll. And I get 4, 3, 4. 4, 3, 4. The mountain of and what is it? The mountain of element. So 4, 4, 5 on element. Pain. Ooh, not a great place to be. And we'll do an experience as well. Roll for that. We get 3, 2, 4. And that's mushroom licks. That's surreal enough. Okay. I'm going to try to work with less this time and see where it goes. Okay. Climbing, always climbing upward and onward forever on rocky, gravelly stone, jagged and sharp and cutting into every pore of my skin. It feels grainy and gritty and places unreached, places I've never shown to even myself. And climbing above a peak, I think I cannot go further. But there, in the dark, under a rock, I see just what I need to escape for moments joyful and lovely. I see a psychedelic snack, just a little puncturing mushroom. I do not chew it. I simply lick, until to planes above my mind I ascend, transcending every sensical thought to a joyful nonsense, a joyful place of beauty and light and scary sights. I see everything all at once but me. I do not exist here. I am everything, all in one. The crackling of a saucy candy, the sniffling of a cold, wet, tender marmalade. And I melt into nothingness and everythingness, all in one joyful lick. I see God. I am God. I feel godful and godless. And down the mountain I fall, breaking bones, cracking into pieces, and somehow miraculously emerge unscathed. What do I see? I think perhaps I find something. I'm going to go with a trinket. 3, 2, 6. 3, 2, 6. We get a hammer of element. The element is 3, 4, 5. Joy. A hammer of joy. One rock, one stone that could have meant my demise. I hit my head so hard. I feel... what? I feel unending pleasure. this is no stone. This is the head of a hammer, the hammer of joy. And as I lay bleeding and battered, I smile, for I have found a way to build happiness eternal, a way to build on foundations of contentment and milk duds and Snickers, a way to keep lips from chapping, a way to pay bills without work, a way to keep children napping and waking with smiles and play, a way with my hammer to build my own smile. Okay, so anyway, that, I don't know if that's Lisergia. I know that it is my attempt at Lisergia, and I'm interested to keep trying the game. I probably won't do more on video. Maybe I will. We'll see. But let's get my totem here to close out this session and see what we get. 411. 411. So we get this right here. And put it on here. And where does it go? We're going to put it at 13. I'm going to do it instead at 31. Okay. And then, so before I do that though, I'm just going to do a slightly thicker line. Let's do like this and just kind of like that. And that'll be another part of my vine. These are kind of like my grapes that I'm growing, I think, because I want to make some wine. So anyway, yeah, that's Lisergia. It's definitely an interesting practice, I think, to let words come out and to almost in some way be trying to not make them make sense. I'd be interested to play this in a few different ways. One where like I actually attempt to have a narrative that isn't complete nonsense, or I attempt to have at least words that are not complete nonsense. And in another where I almost try to like create on the fly poetry. But this was my first experience with Lisergia. I didn't play it before, practice it, or anything like that. Just wanted to sort of see where it would take me and take me to strange places. It did indeed. Let's see. We went to the castle of the traveler where we met Fedor the mosquito. We went to the labyrinth of cinder where we met Strankane the conquering beaver. And then we went to the mountain of pain where alone we experienced a euphoric psychedelic bliss brought on by licking a mushroom, and found the hammer of joy, which we can use to build our own smiles. These are, I would say, absurd and surreal experiences, which of course is the intention of Lisergia. So thank you for watching. Again, if you like the actual plays, then please do subscribe and like this video. Hit that bell icon. Gosh, what is it? Anyway, but most of all, I would love to hear you comment on the video and tell me, what you thought of Lisergia, what you thought of my approach to Lisergia, what other games you might want to see me try, either by Cezar Capacle or other designers, or for that matter, what designers you'd be interested in seeing me trying. Any of that, please. I want to hear from you. If you want to hear audio versions of playthroughs, some the same and some different than what you'll see on the YouTube channel, then anchor.fm/instadeath is where you can go to subscribe. And if you'd like to support the channel, then you can head over to patreon.com/instadeath. It's a really cool, tight-knit community we've got there where people are very active and supportive of what we're doing here. The podcast, you're going to hear more author interviews. The Patreon, you're going to get some sort of behind the scenes exclusives and occasionally like something I decide not to put out in the open. You'll see there instead. Heck, this video might even one day go private. We'll see. But yeah, so check it out, and I hope to see more of you soon, and I'll be coming with other playthroughs shortly.